So today in this episode of strategy game controller series, what I'm going to do is this. If I here we already worked on, if I click somewhere, the characters move and they try to keep their original this formation that they already have, depending on the number of characters we have selected. But if I click somewhere like this, they can't actually keep their formation, but still they are moving there, and without prioritizing the keeping the formation, they move to whatever the positions that they can reach. But if we have space, they always keep their formation and move in a nice organized way like this. So this is what we are going to work on today. So earlier in the as of the previous episode, if I click on a position like this, only the actors that who can actually move into the correct position will go there. Others will stay behind. But now they are actually moving despite not being able to go into the exact position to maintain their uh, formation. Alright, so before we get started, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and thousands of projects I have done from my Patreon page. And also this is a part of this real-time strategy game controller series that I'm doing. So you can watch all these episodes as well, where we work on all the basic mechanics. So I'll leave the link to the full playlist also in the description below. Alright, now let's get back to today's episode. Okay, so as of the last episode, this is what we implemented. When I click, these characters can move to these locations and they can maintain their formation or order. But if I click on a location like this, now here you can see some characters can't reach to these designated locations. So because of that, they just stay in the same location. Same happens here as well. Only the characters who can reach their destinations starts moving. So that is a problem that I want to solve. So for that, yeah, let's go to our top-down controller, because that's where I have the functions that controls their movement. And here, this get destination grid. This is the function that gives us the locations that each character needs to move. So let's go in here, and here before we add this point, into this destinations array, let's do something like this. Here, a new function into this this target. It as an input, it should take these two, the original target location that we are going to add as a destination, and then some modified value that returns that is actually a reachable point. So to generate that function, let's do something like this. Let's do function. Okay, now let's call this get reachable. Yes. Okay, now I'm just lazy to define a function here, so that's why I did that trick. So okay, test. Sure. Trouble test. Now here we can try this. We trouble. So trouble. Can write this. No, that's not the function again. There is another one, something similar to this. Get random location in navigable radius. This one. Okay. Now here, if I add this reachable radius as 20, and we can check if this returns true, that means this point is actually reachable. So in that case, I'll just return destination because I am using this 20 as the minimum acceptance radius, so it's fine. But if not, let's do one of these with a larger radius, say like 500. We should not increase this right away, but it's for testing. If that is the case, I'll return this anyway without checking. Okay, now let's see what happens. It works as before when all the points are already reachable, but if I click somewhere like this, you see, now it calculates points. At least it tries to give a point that is reachable even though they are not in a perfect grid. Similarly, if I click here, that happens. Okay, so this is better than what we had before. And if there is enough space, it actually keep the formation at the end formation and they moves there. But if you don't have, they try to reach there at least without thinking about the formation. Okay, now if you don't want to increase this right away to 500, what you can do is you can have a couple of steps. So either we can do this with the loop too, but let's just not go there. Yeah, if this is true, now here I'll reduce this to 200. If this is false, I'll try again with the 500. If this is also false, in that case maybe we are clicking on C or something. Let's try 1000. We are return without checking. So if this is not reachable, I'm not sure what it gives. Maybe this destination, but that's fine. Okay, they do reach. If I click here, now the points are close by. They are not. Now we do run into problems like this, but as opposed to not moving there at all, it's better to at least have this kind of a behavior. Also, maybe we should reduce their capsule size. Let's see. Did I already do that? Yeah, because these are like top down characters, and maybe later on I will just get rid of having characters and replace them with pawns with maybe floating movement components without having any expensive AI, and do the path calculation in an alternative way. But right now this is what we have, so let's reduce it. This would minimize collisions, but it will not 100% eliminate. We can actually disable collisions between pawns altogether, but maybe not now. Okay. Alright, that should be enough for today. So thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available here in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. Let me know if you have any questions. See you in another tutorial. Goodbye.